The Todd Shapiro Show.
You may, that is, remember Beju from vapemoshi.com. He's a big part of that still and distributing a ton of different products within the vape community. And he joins us today on the program on a Bacardi Party Friday. How you doing? Good looking?
Todd, it's Friday, man. I'm great. I'm a little overheated from hanging out at the Indy all day, but
yeah, you're at the how's he? Because I hear the Indy from my home like zoom zoom. How's your neck?
You know what, man? I used to live in Liberty Village. The studio is obviously in Liberty Village, and so I used to hear the cars going by, and it's loud. But when you get to within 10 or 15 feet of these things, it's unbelievable how loud it is and how fast they're going. Like,
do a lot of people wear like kid headphones to block sound? Like, do adults wear that? The smart people,
yeah. Guys like me are just rolling around, no protection, just. I can barely hear you now.
It's the way we rolled our whole lives, right? Beju, no protection
right,
at all. Yes,
right.
None at all. The other thing about Beju, which is neat, and we're going to talk about Cloudfest in 1 second, is he's a massive OVO supporter. Every time I see him, he's got a new Drake shirt or whatever. Well, that's I mean, that's an older one, right?
Yeah, I picked this one up a couple months ago, I think, and then every time I come to the studio here, I just make a pit stop at the OVO store and buy whatever's new.
Do people know? Because I wear the Drake hats, and people know the owl more, but do they know the know yourself expression shirt? Like, do people come up to you like, yeah, that's a Drake shirt?
Yeah, I don't know, man. You know, I try to go for the ones that are a little more low key, like the big, OVO owl shirts. I sort of stay away from, but a couple of people have come up and have noticed that it was a Drake shirt. But
what's your addiction to the OVO brand?
Honestly, man, anything from Toronto, I'm super proud of. And,
that's cool.
So if it doesn't matter if it's OVO or if it's a hip hop act or if it's an alternative rock act, I really don't care. But if anyone from Toronto kind of makes it, big in North America or the world like those guys have, I mean, it's worth celebrating. It's great. It puts Toronto in a positive light, which is for me always a great thing as someone who's from here.
I couldn't agree more. Well said. Actually, we we legitimately do have a Todd Shapiro Show shoe coming out.
Oh, I'm getting those.
Will you?
Absolutely.
But the problem is, they're not cheap though. They're not because it's a full-on leather, high cut, like real high-end shoe to compete with almost like the Pradas of the world and stuff. Those high-end shoes. And I didn't do much with the guy, to be honest. He's kind of doing it already. But then I sort of just added a few things. We did it, and we're gonna try and sell some shoes.
That's amazing.
I'm going to show you the shoes before you leave, all right?
I love it, man.
Okay,
we're gonna find a way to tie these together. You know that.
I love it. Well, Beju always comes to me and ties a lot with me, and I'm very grateful. And if I could afford to give you a pair, I would. But you found me to help out with Cloudfest.ca. Yeah. So why don't you remind people a little bit about it and what's going on?
Yeah, so Cloudfest is really it's an event. It's the first of its kind. We're bringing together the vapor world, e-hookah. We're bringing together, the marijuana industry, alcohol, food, everything under one roof. So it's really just a celebration of all things vape related. And what's unique about this is we're taking vapor as a food product and actually pairing it with alcohol, with food, giving people a selection of different vapors that just complement what they're drinking and eating. And it's going to be amazing. We have patios set up all throughout the event venue, and you can come in. Even if you don't have your own vape, like you don't really need one, you come in, you sit down at one of the VIP
You can learn
patios.
about it too, right?
Yeah,
Very educational.
Well, there's going to be lots of stuff to try, right? There's going to be lots of brands that just bring their products out so you can sit down and try different things, see what works for you, and try different flavors out, and just hang out. Come sit on the patio, listen to some really good music, watch some really good entertainment.
You booked, so I know you have a couple things in the works. One you can confirm, right?
Yeah, we just, the ink is now dry. We've just signed Carl Wolf to the event.
Carl.
We got a couple of
Carl's our boy. Carl said he was going to put us in one of those music videos where he gets 90 bikini-clad ladies. Remember he told us that he's going to bring us. I think he said if you fly yourself out to Dubai, I'll put you in the video.
Yeah.
So we might do. Have you ever seen his videos?
I think you need to do that.
We got to tell Carl. You should have signed with Carl Beju. You should have signed a deal saying you have to bring 30 of the chicks from the videos.
I don't know. It might be in the contract. I got to go. Okay. Give it another look.
Give it a look. It's happening at the Metro Toronto Convention Center, August 26th to 28th. Now we speak to the world, but the good thing about Cloudfest.ca is there's some big plans in the future to bring Cloudfest to all parts, all parts of Canada especially, and to expand this thing. But this is a weekend you got to check out. They also have a Cloudfest lounge if you're within the Toronto area. That's kind of a neat place. And I went by for one of our meetings and stuff. And it was great. You know, like just vaping, people having a beer. It was kind of the way, like it was just hanging out, which I liked. 901 Bloor Street West. That's a fun spot, isn't it?
Yeah, it captures the spirit of the event. It's running all summer long, so you can come in there. You can pick up Cloudfest tickets. They got a little wheel that you can spin there to get free vape gear or win your tickets to Cloudfest and just hang out. They got drink specials all summer long. The location's great. It's right at Ossington and Bloor. You can't get a kind of a cooler area in Toronto than that. So if you're coming into the Toronto area, you live around here, be sure to check it out. It's open every evening until 3 a.m.
And then this weekend you're hanging out at the Indie. Like do you have a vape booth at the Indie?
Yeah, we got a little mini Cloudfest lounge.
Amazing.
At the Indie on the infield, which is a pretty big pain to get to, it turns out. But you can if you're going to the Indie, you go to the infield. There's a little marketplace they've set up, which is very cool once you're there.
Okay.
They got food trucks all around the place, so you can get barbecue and tacos and whatever you're
Sure.
thinking you can find. And then they got all kinds
Fish
of
and chips.
vendors.
I have a feeling there's probably some fish and chips there.
Guarantee you there is. Yeah, no, there's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It's a very cool place to hang out because the Indie is an event too. I didn't even realize it's not one of these events where you just take your seat.
It's a fest.
Down. Absolutely.
In itself.
3 days of hanging out
Yep.
with great weather, watching cars go by really, really fast. That's unbelievable to see live. And just checking out things that interest you. That whole area is worth the trip.
Excellent. So Cloudfest is happening the 26th to 28th at the Metro Toronto Convention Centre. That's August. Okay, we'll have Beju back in the team and stuff, and we'll announce acts as they happen. I'm grateful to be a part of it. I got to MC it and have some fun with you guys. And then this weekend, if you're down at the Indie, which a ton of people are, make sure you go and find your mini little Cloudfest, Cloudfest.ca. And you said it's at where is it again?
It's on the infield, in the little marketplace they got there.
Cool, buddy. You really know yourself, huh, bud?
Working on it. Man. Working on it.
I'm trying to figure out, Jay. Do you know I don't really know myself. Do you know yourself?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know myself. Did you? No. I know what I like.
Yeah.
But
I know myself about 7 or 8 hours of the day. The rest of it, I'm kind of second guessing. Like I'm confident a third of the day.
I do something every day that makes me think, who am I? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's the line we should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having a very philosophical life there, Jay Brody.
I do.
Beju, thank you very much for your time.
The Todd Shapiro Show.
And don't forget to subscribe now to our YouTube channel. Subscribe. Subscribe. Now. Hit the button. Do it. Do it. Do it now. Do it.